Well, you guys voted for Soraka for this episode of Why I Hate, and that made me really happy. I've spent the last few days just compiling videos that are related to bananas, or throwing bananas, or like being a banana, and I've just been thinking, how the fuck can I put this into a video in any way? So let's try. Okay, so you run up to the enemies of Soraka, and you're like, you throw bananas and you fly away. Yep, yeah, that was pretty good. I think that counts as a joke. Thank you guys, please finger bang that like button if you have elbows. So Soraka was a character that I properly discovered back in Season 2, and knowing what Soraka was like back then has made it very difficult for me to look at this fly-infested fucking carcass that is Soraka and want to hate her, because she's really just a shell of the goat woman that she used to be. In a freak occurrence, I happened upon Soraka a little before the rest of the world decided to spam her into existence, and back then, Soraka was fucking ridiculous. She was what happened if you took the heal spell, you gave it a pair of goat legs and massive bodybuilder arms and like a machine gun and an explosion. To give you an idea of how fucked Soraka is these days, let me run down what Soraka used to be able to do. She had an AoE that reduced your magic resistance, which meant if she used it enough in fights, it would start allowing mages to deal true damage to the target. Her heal could be used on herself, and it also didn't take off any of her health when healing allies. It was a longer cooldown, but at the same time it was still strong as fuck. Her E wasn't a snare, but a targeted silence that if used in conjunction with her star call would deal absolute shed loads of damage, and it could be used on either herself or her teammates to give them mana, which meant that she would never run out of mana for her heals because she could give herself mana. Now let me ask you a fucking question. Do you have a computer? Do you play League of Legends? Do you have at least one finger with which to press a keyboard button? Then congratulations, because you can play Soraka. I'm sorry, that's discrimination, yo. To be honest, she's so easy that you could probably still play her regardless. Overall, she's a bit of a fucking boring character. I like to imagine that the feeling of playing Soraka is pretty similar to the feeling you would get if you were playing a side character in Skyrim. You tend not to do much as her, but walk around being the pocket medic for whoever you deem the most retarded member of your team. However, when you are bored of a challenge, when you feel like you want to take the easy street, when maybe you get that Soraka feeling.
Ring, 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 banana phone.
So I decided that since he's been on every single episode with a public opinion portion of this show, this part of the show might as well just fucking belong to him at this point. So many of you guys seem to love his voice, despite the absolute fucked words that are coming out of his mouth. So what did you think, Muller?
No, if it isn't the dainty little bestiality mascot Soraka. Healing isn't a subject that is often proverbially shat on, but this magical snowflake fuck breeds seething hatred of the stuff to a boiling point. When you find that you've removed 10 bloody champions worth of health from the enemy carry and their support is ever so whimsically filling their health bar, you start to wonder why it is we even tolerate the existence of this piece of shit inbred unicorn.
Jesus Christ, that voice. Oh, okay. This guy streams, by the way, so, you know, I don't know, you should probably go and make him say words or something. Well, let's get into all of our moves. If you've never heard of Soraka before, then by the end of this video, you will be able to play her at a Diamond Elo level. And I'm not just joking, you can have Netflix on the other screen, and you can daydream to your heart's content, and you can still save carries left, right, and center. Cause you see, heals, I got that. Stars, I dropped that. Killstreaks, I stopped that. I wanna fucking kill myself. So her passive spell is Salvation. Honestly, despite the insane shit that Soraka pulls on a minutely basis, this passive really isn't all that much, kind of like a reverse Captain's Boots enchantment. When a teammate is below 40% health, a mark appears over their head, and Soraka gains a 70% movement speed buff when moving towards them, but only if you are moving in that target's direction. This can really assist in pulling off clutch as fuck heals on teammates that think going deep is a really fucking good idea, but honestly, it pales in comparison to the rest of her kit. Her W is Astral Infusion, and it's what makes Soraka. It is Soraka. Honestly, you can just swap out the human part and have a fucking picture of the summoner spell with some goat legs, and it's like, what is there? Was there something different? What is it? Did you get new shoes? I kinda already made this joke, fuck. Soraka casts a spell on her allies, but cannot cast it on herself. She sacrifices 10% of her max health to heal her allies for up to 240 HP with a 60% AP scaling. This has a 4-second cooldown at level 1, meaning that even from level 1, if you play your cards right and you just keep your distance, you and your lane partner are practically invincible. The only thing that can beat Soraka in lane is another Soraka, and this spell was created with the sole intention of baiting people under towers and letting natural selection run its course.
Idiot alert! Idiot alert! Idiot alert! Idiot alert, you fucking idiot!
The spell is of course a bit of a double-edged sword, and you can end up bringing yourself down to just 1 HP and getting yourself fucking wrecked by a minion who just thought about you too hard. But this is where Soraka's Q comes in. Star Call calls down a star. Obviously. It's called fucking Star Call, which lands after a short delay, dealing magic damage to enemies it hits. The damage is nothing spectacular, but you can do the occasional snipe of running cowards. It can also deal 50% increased damage and slow for up to 50% for 2 seconds if the enemy is hit in the center of the spell. The main thing about this spell is that it synergizes well once you have a point in your Astral Infusion. So every time your Star Call hits an enemy once you have a point in Astral Infusion, it will heal you for every enemy caught in its radius. This starts at 25 health per champion hit, moving up to 65 with a 40% AP ratio. Honestly, this doesn't seem like a whole lot, but Soraka's range on this spell really means it's not that difficult to simultaneously harass the enemy AD carry or support, while also funding your own carry with a constant supply of health. Meaning that once again, unless you are against another fucking Soraka in the enemy team, it's just a matter of time before you either force your enemies to go back to base, or this goat woman becomes a lane bully. And if you're being bullied by Soraka in lane, you may want to rethink that whole life thing. Equinox is Soraka's E-spell, and frankly, I find it the most underwhelming spell of her kit. She creates a zone at the target location for 1.5 seconds, dealing magic damage to all enemy champions initially. They're silenced as long as they remain on top of it, and if they remain inside it during the duration, they can be rooted for up to 2 seconds. Now this spell has such awesome potential inside it, but honestly I feel like the cooldown is so fucking huge, and the delay for the root is so fucking huge, that it really doesn't make its application all that great. In the rare occurrence you can use it to follow up in a team fight and end up rooting 3 or 4 people at once, but most of the time, especially in lane, it's difficult to really do much with the root part of it at all, as likely your AD carry isn't carrying much in the way of stuns to actually help you set it up. The silence is handy, but honestly the area affected by the spell isn't really all that huge, so it's not difficult to maneuver around it and continue with business as fucking usual. Silences are and will always remain completely fucked however. If you're dealing with a melee champion and you feel like you're about to get focused down, this spell is fantastic for just slapping it on the ground and maybe fending off an enemy through the sheer power of mindfuckery. This really all was just leading up to the final spell of Soraka, Wish, her ultimate. It really is as simple as this. You press a button, all of your teammates get a big heal, no matter where they are. That's it. That's fucking it, man. You want to know how to get free money in this game? Play Soraka, sit in lane. All you have to do is watch the portraits at the bottom of the screen. See one of your teammates getting low, hit R, and wait to achieve your fucking assists. Perfect for stacking Nejai's Soul Stealer. This also heals untargetable allies, by the way, so if you see a teammate who's stuck inside a Zhonya's Hourglass, or a low health teammate inside Tahm Kench's belly, well, this will still heal that teammate regardless. Also, if they happen to be lower than 40% health, the heal is increased by an extra 50% on top of the 55% AP ratio on the spell, meaning that this spell can potentially heal for up to 500 plus HP with not that much AP to your entire fucking team. Soraka is a champion that isn't designed to do much else other than grind the enemy down. Soraka is designed for teamfights in the way that she sits back and lets the enemy team burst all of their ultimates, all of their big cooldowns on one champion, only to have that champion survive on full health because Soraka took 2 or 3 seconds to heal through the damage. She is designed to frustrate enemies in lane and makes enemies feel pathetically weak in teamfights. She was created by Riot to sing... Oh fuck, man, I could have made I could have made jokes about her being a goat and stuff, and she's like, oh fuck, a waste, shit! Soraka be like, And then, anyway, fuck, I fucked it. I'm sorry. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching another Why I Hate episode, this time with Soraka. As you may know, this episode got delayed a lot, so I'm hoping it was worth the wait. So our vote choices today are going to be either Quinn or Brand. I know this is going to be a tough one, so good fucking luck. You can vote on Twitter in the link below. If you enjoyed this video and you have elbows, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you own a pair of trousers. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day.